So, I'm going to try and be fast here. We're out in Finca Patty John. We've come to look at the coffee. We're trying to get past the interruptions, record this video for you. Let's go. So, hello there boys and girls. This is just a little introduction to this video. Give you a little bit of a run-in to what I'm doing and why I'm here. Through contacts on WhatsApp, I was given Marta's number. And Marta has this little coffee farm about an hour and a half east-ish of Medellin, near a little town called Peñol. Now Peñol this is a very well-known area because there's a big dam out here. It's created all these lakes, and we'll see a little bit of that later. I'll add it in at the end. And it's where all the tourists, it's like a little place you can take your family. And Marta out here has a wonderful little coffee finca just over the hill here that you'll see in the video. Hello folks, how are you doing? Trust that you're loving my hat. Well, today I'm out in the finca Papi John, which is very close to Peñol and Guatapé, and I'll show you a little bit of that later on in the video, or earlier on in the video, depending how I feel. But we're here today with Doña Marta, the owner of the finca, and we're going to have a look at these coffee from the very beginning, from its first little sproutings up to and drinking. So we're here with Marta today, and Marta's going to tell us all about coffee from its early beginnings right up to we're going to have a cup. That should be good. Entonces, Marta, cuéntame la historia de este señor.
Este café es una variedad Colombia.
It's the Colombian variety.
Colombia, es una variedad.
¿Es Colombia o es la variedad Colombia?
Colombia, sí, okay. Variedad Colombia. No le da roya.
¿Cómo podemos decir roya?
Es una plaga. Pero
it's called Colombia. The particular brand's called Colombia, and it's good because it doesn't. The beasties don't eat it, so it's a very resistant strain. ¿Listo?
No le da roya, y entonces es una planta que favorece el cultivo.
It's an easy plant to grow.
Ella más o menos en este momento tiene un mes de estar ahí plantada.
That little boy's only 1 month old.
Tiene un mes ahí.
¿Listo?
Ya se abonó, ya se plateó. Platear quiere decir quitarle las malezas.
Okay.
Acá al lado.
So it's had a little while and it's been cleaned up and it's ready to go.
Exacto. Luego, ellas van creciendo, van teniendo su proceso. Esta, supongamos, tiene 6 meses.
So this
Estas
guy,
son de 6 meses ya.
let's get a bit of context. So this guy is 6 months old. He's probably about, forgive me for getting in the shadow, he's probably about a couple of feet high. This guy too is 6 months old, and he's probably about 2.5, 3 feet. So, you know, I guess with anything in agriculture, some of them will go faster than the others. ¿Cómo te llamas, maestro? Reinel, el rey. Reinel, el rey del mundo. And this tree is a little bit infected. It's got some nasty spiders and stuff in it, so you need to cut that boy down and raise the man who's going to do it. Now Ray here is wearing his classic Colombian hat, as he should be, because it's not. That ese es el sombrero por la zona, pero el punto del sombrero es que no es un juguete, no es moda, es práctico, ¿no? Yeah, that's a practical hat. That's why everybody wears them here. It's not a fashion item. You gotta wear them, you get your head burnt, as you'll see my lovely hat earlier on in the video. So over my shoulder there. That's what you want, kids. That's your coffee right there. It's so real and it's so fresh that I just choked on a fly. That's how fresh that is. So that's you can see the stream down there. That's your natural water source. And you can see there's ducks over there in the pond. Hopefully we'll get to see the ducks a bit later. Just a nice wee house over there. Duck pond. So it's very fertile ground, all of this. My ear. ¿A qué edad podemos decir que el árbol está madura?
Cuando tiene cuánto más o menos de luz, que ya se le saca café.
Por allá a la vuelta de...
Este supongamos ya va a tener café a los 3 meses.
3 meses, así de rápido.
Así, sí. Y ya se le sacan dura más o menos, el árbol dura sacando buen café por ahí 5 años.
5 years.
Después de los 5 años hay que cortarlo.
Okay.
Y dejarlo que vuelva
Ya.
a retener.
¿Vas a replantar o
Las dos cosas.
dos cosas?
Soqueo,
It'll either,
exacto, soqueo
yeah,
y plantación.
okay, I'll either cut it down or allow the tree to grow back naturally. So, ¿desde cuántos meses produce?
Esto empieza desde que siembra al año.
Al año, sí.
That's in a year it will produce, and then it will produce for the next 5 years.
Y da granitos, da pequeños granitos. Él tiene su temporada que da el árbol solo, da mucho.
Porque en general hay 2 temporadas de café.
Exacto. El uno se llama el graneo y el otro ya se llama la cosecha.
So, graneo
Graneo es que
is the
salen
first one,
poquitos.
el primero,
El primero.
and the second one is el segundo,
El segundo ya es la cosecha.
es la cosecha. Ah, okay.
Sí. Este está en producción.
So you get a little bit in the first one, but the real big one is that cosecha is the Spanish word for harvest. Y la cosecha es más o menos entre ¿qué? Octubre y febrero. Depende.
Supongamos en buena cosecha, está más o menos para marzo.
Sí.
Okay.
Este café sale en 3 meses.
Sí.
So
Este
these guys will be ready in about 3 months.
Y este cafecito está viniendo por ahí, esta flor.
Esta flor.
Por ahí
Yeah.
en 6 meses.
Ah, and the little flower
Sí.
will flower again in 6
O sea
months.
que- exacto.
So 3 and 6 months. It's constantly going on. It doesn't stop.
Y ya este en 3 meses está listo.
Yeah. 3 months. That stuff you'll be drinking that in 3 months.
Sí.
And
Frijol también.
when in doubt, get your green beans out.
Ujú.
So there's even coffee and green beans, folks. That's coffee, green beans, yuccas, lemons, guayabas, you know, what's not to like? ¿Cuántos grados serán hoy? 21, 22, no es tan cálido hoy, ¿no?
Vamos a ver qué nos marca acá.
There's them chickens again.
¿Qué nos dice aquí?
Those chickens are following me. 22, 24,
Aquí
¿no?
dice que 22.
Yeah.
Aquí dice que estamos a una altura sobre el nivel del mar de 2000 metros.
So it's 22 degrees and we're at, ¿cuántos? 2000. So we're at 2,000 meters above sea level here. and it's, you know, the end of October and it's 22 degrees. Are you jealous yet? You should be. So, it's a nice sandy little creek there. And there's the horse. Nice patch of bamboo. And the bamboo you use for everything. You build your house, you build this little bridge. Do anything with bamboo. Bit of barbed wire, knock it together. Bob's your uncle, Fanny is your proverbial. So 1 minute we're in the sophistication of Malaga and Ronda and Granada and the Sierra Nevada, and the next minute where are we? We're looking at the coffee, we're looking at the people who grow the coffee, the horses, and we're listening to the quiet babbling of the wee burn, or stream to you English types. Look at that. That's your coffee, kids. From a steep, steep hillside in Colombia to your cup. There's the girls, boys and girls. Healthy looking buggers. Creídos. Muy creídos hoy. Sí, she's saying that the... Ah! Is Martha's saying that they're a bit pissed off because we haven't brought them any guayabas. Quite rightly so. Quite rightly so. Es que ellas saben que es ese tipo hablando inglés. No sé. They're listening to me speaking English and they're going, nah, we're not having anything to do with him. Aren't you, kids? Not sure about we English speakers, are you? You're a lovely gang, aren't you? Yeah. Follow the old man. You're gonna follow the old man. Oh, you're coming up. Oh, you are following the old man, are you? Look at that. Oh, nice fart. That's definitely going in the video. Walks past me and farts. Lo mejor era caminaba pasando a mí y tiró un pedo. Eso sí, 100% se va a meter eso en el video. That was a classic. Walks past me and farts. What chances of that going in the video? 100%. It'll be an absolute tragedy. Eh? Farty. Oh yes. You know you're on camera, don't you? Know you're on camera. Show off. Bueno, Rey, cuéntanos más sobre el café.
Bueno, aquí estamos haciendo la recolección de café, recogiendo el fruto. Y aquí lo cogemos y de aquí lo llevamos a la despulpadora para pelarlo.
Listo. So what he's saying here is he's picking it. He knows when these berries are ready. Once we pick them, we take them down to the despulpadora, where, like it sounds, it takes the pulp off them. Aha! And she's back. So sometimes the best thing about picking coffee is the company. So here's Ray and he's picking these fresh little coffee fruits here. And then later on, we'll take them down to the despulpadora, take the pulp off them, and you can see the next step. Bueno, Rey, ¿qué edad tiene? ¿Esos árboles ya cuántos años tienen?
Este palito puede tener aproximadamente 3 años.
It's about 3 years old, that one. Y mientras más maduros son, más fruta. Pero cuando ya envejecen, empiezan a dar menos.
Sí, ya empiezan a dar menos, entonces ya uno le hace el roqueo, lo roquea aquí y él vuelve y retoña.
Yeah, yeah. So what he's saying there is that they produce nicely up to about, 4 years old, and then start to drop off. And then you've got the choice to either chop him off and let him grow again, or, as Marta told us yesterday, plant another plant. Y usted, señorita, usted siempre va ayudando tu papá. Ajá. Bien hecho, muy bien hecho. Trabajadora desde 4 años de edad. En realidad, la única manera para quitar las pepas de la planta es que usted mismo tiene que ir a sacarlo. No hay como meter ninguna máquina a eso.
No.
Eso tiene que ser hecho a mano, ¿cierto?
Siempre hecho a mano, sí, no. Hasta el momento no se ha visto máquina así como para uno recolectarlo, no.
Bueno. Yeah. So basically this is the area is so steep and the fruit is so significantly difficult that the only way to do this is you do it by hand. Got to do it by hand. There's no other way to do it. So you got to imagine that every cup of coffee you drink, some lad like Ray with his wellies on and his machete there is up the mountain filling this bucket so that you can have your cup of coffee. I think that's pretty impressive. So here we are with Ray in the Pulper. So we fling them in the top here, and out they'll come, the bare seed down the bottom. Listo, Ray, vamos.
Sí, aquí lo vaciamos, aquí a la tolva.
La tolva. It's into the tolva.
Ahí, y aquí ya se le abre el agua.
A little bit of water to keep things flowing.
Se le abre el agua y se prende la máquina.
Uh-huh.
Se prende.
So,
Y ahí cae al aire tanque allá.
so you can see that little bit of fruit coming out there. Just having a quick wash. ¿Están qué? ¿Limpiándolo ahí?
Sí, ahí es una zaranda. Ahí,
Ya.
ahí cae la almendra y la cáscara cae a ese tarro.
Ajá. Pero ahí mismo está quitando la cáscara.
Sí, aquí quita la cáscara.
Ah,
Aquí
ya. Déjeme.
ahí lo pela.
Whoa, there she goes down in there. And that's where she gets peeled. In here, you can imagine there's enough of a mill effect, and that picks the skin right off it and the flesh, and there you go. You can see them right down in the bottom there. You can see the little coffee beans right down there. How cool is that? So that's a little mill right there. Just whips off the skin, and there it is. Your coffee right down the bottom there. Bloody marvelous. So there it is, freshly skinned coffee. Now that still has its outer coat on it. ¿Cuánto tiempo tiene, después de despulparlo, cuánto tiempo tienes que dejarlo secando?
Más o menos unos 24 horas.
24 horas.
24 horas.
Y después de los 24 horas,
Ya se lava, se le quita la baba.
ya.
Y ya ahí se lleva para los carros a secar.
Ajá. Y 24 horas secándose ahí.
Ajá. No, ya ahí depende del sol que haga.
Ah, so once it comes out of here, it goes down to, we'll pull out one of the boards, there's nothing in there just now. But yeah, it gets dried, and then once it's dried, it's ready to go off to be sorted, take the outer skin off it, and then toasted. So how cool is that? So all these little farms with all these little bits of machinery, and all these guys like Ray who put your cup of coffee on the table in the morning. How cool is that? So up in this wonderful environment, we now have entonces usted va recogiendo el café.
Sí.
¿Cuánto más o menos? Y pongamos en esa tabla para secarlo.
Si está haciendo unos días de buen sol, se seca más o menos aproximadamente en 3 días.
So good, with lots of good sunshine. In about 3 days, those freshly pulped seeds that you saw up there, will be dry.
Y allá cuando lo pelamos, ya lo traemos aquí, ya lavado para ponerlo a secar.
So these ones are dried now. So you have to imagine that this whole board is covered in the freshly depulped coffee from up there. Comes down here, it gets laid out on the board for 3 days in the sun, and it dries out. And once it's dried out, then it's ready to go down and be sorted. They take the outer skin off it, roast it, and it goes in your cup. So that's it, kids. That's where we can get to today. We can get to that coffee being ready to send to the roasters. Very good. Muchas gracias, Rey. Muy interesante todo. Excelente. Muchas gracias. So many thanks to Ray for explaining all this stuff to us, and we look forward to seeing him in the video. And everywhere you go in Colombia, you'll find Bella, or the equivalent of a good little dog. A good little dog. Bueno, muchas gracias, Rey, para todo, para mostrarnos un poco de la vida en el campo de Colombia y qué tan rico es. So you can see old Ray here lives a very good life with fresh fruit and vegetables that basically none of you could probably imagine. So it's a little bit of something different for you, eh? Well, I've had a lovely couple of days out here at the finca, out here with Cafe Esperanza, enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the tranquility. I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank Marta and Ray and Ray's wife and the wee girl for all keeping me wonderfully amused and showing me my way around here with the coffee and the fruit and the yuccas. And it's been a really nice couple of days. It's great fun, this 100 Cups Colombia. Let's keep it going. Remember to make a little comment, remember to subscribe, and remember to do whatever else your loved ones feel that you should remember to do. I thank you very much. Good afternoon.